How do we begin? Analyzing song intros, and this week we are back with some more Mundoworld Dial M. Previously, on a previous episode, we had gone through the very first Mundoworld album. This time we're going to go through the latest, although by the time this video is out, it may not be the latest anymore. We have some new songs in progress that are pretty much ready to go. Be that as it may, let's jump right to the beginning because we already know how this works. First song's going to be a Maldwa. And we got bass, we got drums, we got woo, 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 woo. We just almost deleted the spreadsheet. We got atmospherics, we got that applause in there. That's the atmospherics for sure. Thump and bass. Actually, a couple layers on thump and bass, but operating as the bass. And then just the kick. Kick. Oh shit, I'm typing in Spotify. I do that sometimes. Kick only. And some applause. Some live applause. Anyway, I just got crazy. Jumped right ahead to Zvedlos. Let's go and hear that. Yeah. That's classic right there. That's classic Mundoworld. Just coming in with the full bass line and the drums. Just hard as fuck right out of the gates. Easy one. Let's move on to Make Everything Go Nuts. Honestly, pretty similar. Drums are a little bit more set back in this one to make room for the gigantic fucking bass all over the whole soundstage here. We do have those chords this time though. So a little bit different, a little bit of green sprinkled in. It's just the one chord repeated. One chord stab repeated. Drops out there for the acid there. I do want to say, just for context, yeah, it does come back. Now it's panning around a little bit. Good stuff there. Good stuff there. Anyway, we can move right along. We're cruising through this right now. Dang, this isn't even that long an album tracks-wise, so this could be a quick video. But glory of then. Here we go. All right, cool combo here. Something we have not seen yet anywhere, I don't think. Atmospherics and bass. Haven't seen that anywhere. Correct me if I am wrong. We have all of the past episodes along the bottom here, and I don't remember there ever being purple and yellow complementary. Why don't we do it? It's purple and yellow. It's complementary. First time I recall hearing it. That's pretty fun. Another pretty easy one, though. Honestly, drums don't come until almost 40 seconds in. Let's move on to Last Stand. Yep. This is a Mundoworld album, is it not? Bass on every one. Drums. Good stuff. And this one, you know, the line is a little bit blurred. Well, I was going to say, you could think that maybe this bass is the melody, but we have the proper melody that comes in later. Makes no doubt about it. Honestly, pretty straightforward too. Nice to have the straightforward one. You know, some of these have been hard as hell to try to determine. Doing good so far. No whammies. Control the machine. Okay. Context. Okay. That descending guy, we're going to call that chords, I think. Because we have this little like acid lead guy that goes over it later on. And it does go up too, so it has a little bit of movement, not a ton. Like, you know, progression wise, obviously it's changing in pitch pretty much all the time. Am I crazy or is the bass thumping? Shit, that's hard to tell. But that's the proper bass line, the boom, boom, bam. So, Jesus, I should know. I should have the project file that I just worked on not that long ago, but... I mean, maybe a throbbing bass in there, but honestly, let's leave a gap in the purple. It hasn't even happened yet. A throbbing hot throbbing sub bass near you. Great. Now I'm going to get banned from YouTube for talking. Jesus, I'm going to have to rinse my mouth out. Captain Thundersquants. Let's hit it. Track 7 here. Quiet intro. We're already 20 seconds in. All right, I'm going to say this is only atmospherics. I think the snare drum is in there, contributing with some like echo, but clearly it's not the drums in the intro the way the drums are in now with a kick and a hi-hat and all of that. So it's operating as atmospherics, even if it does happen to be a drum hit. That's the official ruling on track 7. Moving on to track 8, it's the last one. It is Revenge of the Kicked. What do we got? Okay, we got a little kind of pluck. More of not really a pluck, more of like a hammer. A mallet, that's what you call it. Jesus. And then a kind of single note pad melody? We might need some context. Honestly, that's kind of more the chords. Yeah, see, it's still going in the background there. That is definitely the chords. It's not the melody. The bass is kind of the melody, ultimately. Pad outlines. Progression. Mallet. Maybe arpeggiates, sorta? I mean, sorta? Bass thumps later. Yeah, I mean, I guess that one was a little harder than I expected it to be. It's hard to really, where does that mallet fit in? They're not really arpeggios, but I think they're outlining the bed of the song there more than they're operating as a melody. So we're just actually going to say that that's a standalone chord, which, did that happen? It did. It happened with the last song, the more ambient song. Track 8, both times, standalone chord. Interessante. Talk about patterns. So let's take a look at this. We started off heavy duty, bass and drums kicking it. Some atmospheric in track 1, which we recall. So 3 atmospherics and 3 atmospherics. Comparing it to Mundoworld. Honestly, I'm going to say that maybe the other Mundoworld album is going to be the closest comparison here. This actually, 3 songs did not have drums. 3 songs did not have drums, but percentage-wise, more of the Square Pusher had drums. No melody, no voice. Pretty much the same. Interesting, that one's pretty close. Look at Ochre. Ochre's going to just dominate the chord category, I think, moving forward here. Syro, let's take a look. 1 song with just chords at the beginning. That's the horn one, if we recall correctly. Bouncing back and forth. The beginning of the album, kind of similar. A lot of purple and orange up top. Diversifies a little bit later on, especially in the Syro category. Getting more melody. Pardon moi. Melody and atmospherics, even some voice later on in the album. We already know Boards of Canada, kind of honestly the opposite in a way, like very chordal, atmospheric. We're very heavy duty with the rhythm of the drum and the bass. And even the early Aphex Twin, more about the drums and the atmospherics really than the drums and the bass. Syro really later, much later on, brings in more of the heavy bass that we enjoy around these parts. But obviously, I mean, I've chosen all of these albums for a reason. Classics, ones that I enjoy quite a bit, and different flavors. You don't want to just do a bunch of the same. So I know I had mentioned, I honestly didn't even consider doing a Mundoworld album, but Cyro really kind of was like, I got curious about comparing mine to that. And then once I did the first one, I felt like, especially, there's a pretty big gap between the first one and now, not necessarily time-wise, although when I recorded them, they got released a little bit later on. Anyway, I just felt like representative-wise, honestly, there's probably even still like one more I'd like to do that would show a little bit more of the voice, just start to have some interesting comparisons. Because really, this is ultimately about me, I don't know, like checking these out, putting them in the old brain bank and the old toolbox and making some more good songs. So I think comparing mine to these is going to be helpful in that way to kind of see what I've done. Not thinking about it since I made these songs well before I ever made these videos and even thought about making these videos. But yeah, just comparing them back and forth, seeing how they stack up, I think is just a interesting little, I don't know, practice routine, whatever you want to call it. Exercise, that is the word that he is looking for. Someone say the word exercise. Tell him. Anyway, ramble done. Now ramble on, and we'll see you next time.